So today I'm going to be making a start on our pergola. I'm going to be doing something I have never done before, and that is using the 3, 4, 5 method when setting out my posts. I've got 4 posts going in, 1, 2, 3 and 4, all wooden posts that I've got over there. All the timber's ready to go. I've got everything that I think I'm going to be needing to get the posts into the ground and set up. The only thing I'm going to struggle with is the British weather. It is a bank holiday and obviously it's going to rain, why wouldn't it? But I've got my trusty brolly to stand under on my golf trolley when it does start to rain, and we'll see how we go. Going to see how much I can get done today. If not, I'll carry on tomorrow and hopefully get it completed in this bank holiday weekend. So let's make a start and let's get cracking. Hey Duck, you're right and welcome to my channel. If you haven't already, please do like, subscribe and hit that notification button. So let me show you what I'm going to be doing. This is the piece of land, bit of soil that it's going to be going on. The size of the pergola is going to be 10 foot from there to there for each post, 7 foot from there to there. So it's going to be a nice little rectangle. I've got all the timber just over there ready to go, all the posts, got some postcrete inside the shed. First thing to do is make a start and get everything set up. So I've got my first peg and the line in just there, as you can see. I've had to come off of the fence because if I was to put that peg in just there, that is where the hole's going to be. So if I was to dig the hole with that in there, I'm going to dig that up. So if I dig that up, I'm going to then lose the square that I've made for the post to sit in. I've done the same on this side. That's 8.5 foot. The post is going to be 7 just there. Now all I'm going to do is run another line in across there. Get my string line, wrap that around there like that. Then I'm going to follow this along there and get it to 7 feet, and then I'll adjust it as to where it's going to be square using the 3, 4, 5 method. So all I'm going to do is measure 3 feet from there, which is there, 4 feet then on this line, and then 4 feet on this line. So I'll then mark that line. So in theory, if I measure from that mark where it's 3 foot to this mark where it's 4 foot, it should measure 5 feet in length. If it doesn't, then I'll just have to adjust this line, move it either that way or that way to get the 5 feet. Once I get it to 5 feet, then that is going to be square. So I'm a little bit out. Let's try that. I brought that in quite a distance. Let's see what that's at. So that's my mark at 3. Ran into a problem visually how it's going to look. So that there, along there and there, that is square from there to there. As you look down there, it's not running parallel with my path, it's tapering, so it's going like that. Visually, as you look outside, when you walk out the back door, you're going to look at that and you'll be like, ooh, that doesn't look square, even though when I was to put the other line in, it is going to be square. Running from down the fence, down here, it's going to be running square with the fence. It's just going to look out on this side. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start along this line here. I'm going to get that line parallel, same distance from the path, and run it off the path. So what I'll do, I'll move that peg over, get it running parallel with the path, and then I'll just adjust that line using the 3, 4, 5 method along that line there. So there we go, I am all set up and ready to start digging my holes and getting my posts in. So it's nice and parallel with my path that's running down there, slightly tapering a little bit in that direction, but I'd rather have that than it be tapering there, because you're just going to physically look at that every time you walk out of your back door and you're going to see that it just looks off. So everywhere's set up, we're ready to go. I've had to improvise a little bit on this side because I just wasn't going to fit them pegs in down there, because there must be bricks and boulders and all rest of it, stuff that I'm going to find out in a minute when I start digging the holes. But improvised a little bit, which you've got to on a nice little DIY project. Not everything goes according to plan, but we are now ready to start digging the holes. There you go. As you can see, the holes are dug. No, they're not for people to go and take poo-poos in. They are for the posts to go in. Had a problem. I broke my spade on the second hole, which was a real pain in the arse, because I had to go around using the garden fork, using my shovel, and using these beautiful, delicate hands that I've got. I got muck all in my nails. The person who's going to do my nails is going to be so angry at me. Tell you what. So yeah, holes are dug, ready to go. Got them to the correct depth that I need for the posts and the postcrete, which is there, just lying there. Got one bag ready to go, and the old Gary Neville laid on the floor next to it. Where would we be without them? Where? So let's get these posts in these holes. Come on, let's do it. So I've got everything I need. I've got my postcrete, my Gary Neville, bucket of water, my post. Got some pea gravel. It doesn't say to use that on the instructions, but what I like to do is just put a nice little layer, base layer at the bottom of the hole, and then I'll fill it full of water, put a bucket of clean water in there as it says on the instructions. Now, the instructions are a little bit vague with regards to how much water to actually put in. It just says, do not use too much water as it will extend the setting time. So it's a little bit of trial and error as to how much water you're going to want to put in. Now the ground here at the minute is absolutely saturated. That hole down there, as you can see, is absolutely wet through because it has literally rained for about 8 months non-stop. So you're not going to need too much water. Now if the ground was dry, you want to put as much water in as you can until it stops soaking away like it says on the instructions. Just read the instructions. But what I'm going to do now is put a base layer, pea gravel in there, then the water, then the post, then the postcrete, and then that is it. It is that easy and that simple. Only a little base layer, I'm not going mad. That's all it needs. Next thing to do is get your bucket of water, pour it into the hole. One bucket in the hole. Because I'm doing this on my own, what I'm going to do is just open my postcrete, so I'm ready, and I need to pour it in because I will be pouring that in one hand because the other will be holding the post, and that's the next thing I'm going to be putting in. Got my lines set up so I know what's square. And because I've put that pea gravel in, I can get a nice little tap it down onto that before I actually put the postcrete in, and it's a good base for it. What you could actually do is get your level if you wanted to, just to get yourself, so you know kind of where you're at. So all I'm going to do now is get my postcrete and then pour it around evenly around each corner of the post. I am doing this on my own and with one hand, so bear with me a second. Whoop. There we go. Give that a little tap around the post. Tap it in, get it on, make sure it's all the way around it. And I'm just going to put some more in. Temper that in, make sure it's all compact, soaking away that water. Because that's dry around the top, all I'm going to do now is get my hose pipe, sprinkle with water just to make sure it's all damp, ready to go. There we go, that should be more than enough. There we go, tamper that down, make sure my levels are still bang on. Just to prove that it is level, there you go, there's my post. BEA, beautiful. So there you go, 2 posts are in. Literally takes minutes to do that. Love it. All I'm just doing is going around, add a little bit spare. Just going around tapering it down so when you do get a little bit of water on it, the water's going to run down off of the post. Obviously I'm going to backfill it anyway. It might just save it in the long run with a little bit of rotting. Don't know if it will or not. So there you have it, day 1 is fully complete. Let me just show you the progress that I've got through today. So as you've seen, I did my full setup with the 3-4-5 method that I've never used before, and do you know what, it was really easy, really simple. Everything measured up perfect, everything's square. I have no complaints with using that whatsoever. Those posts have gone in absolutely banging. They are absolutely great. I've no complaints. Everything's nice and square as it should be. I've measured it again afterwards just now and it is absolutely great. So tomorrow, see if you can see all the timber just hiding behind there, behind those chairs. I'm going to be getting the rest of the pergola done depending on the weather, because it's going to be like that all day tomorrow as well. So I'll be dodging the rainstorm once again. But that's it for day 1. Only thing I've got to do now is clean this path. Look at the state of that. Absolute disaster, darling. Mud everywhere, and if I leave it like that, the wife will kill me. So, day 1 over. Join me tomorrow or in the next episode for day 2. See you there.